These funded trading firms made you think that you are a good trader or have become profitable just because you passed a challenge in the simulated environment. Now let me ask you, when you paper trade on your own to practice your strategy, would you have a false belief that you are a good trader just because you managed to trade well on a paper account? The false confidence boost is what leads a lot of the funded traders to reach the funded stage, but blew it up again later. Then they get addicted to this game of passing funded challenges, paying and restarting a new challenge. When I first started trading, I never had access to a lot of capital. I remember driving Uber and tutoring just to save enough money to grow my tiny trading account. Today, there's this huge trend online, funded trader challenges. They promise access to large capital for beginners and struggling traders. But are these funded trading challenges really the shortcut to trading success? Or are they just another way of taking your money? First, let me show you what Lance Breitstein thought about online funded trading accounts. Lance is a highly respected trader who has an 8-figure verified trading record at Trillium, a regulated, traditional proprietary trading firm headquartered in New York, USA. If these funded trader programs wanted you to make money, then why the f do all their constraints and rules exist? Trading is hard enough. Why make it impossible unless it's a casino? My trading profits were audited by Business Insider and verified by independent third-party services. That's why, in this video, I'm going to be brutally honest about funded prop firms. I'll share exactly why I think these funded trading challenges might do more harm than good, especially for new traders. Because as a trader, if you're not careful, you'll end up developing bad trading habits that will sabotage your growth in the long run. Let's dive deep into the reality of online funded trading challenges. No fluff, just real talk. The truth about funded trading challenges. Let me make this clear right away. I never recommend online prop firms selling funded trading challenges. Am I against it? Yes. As of now, I do not wish any of my viewers to get sold on the false reality of online funded trading. A lot of new traders see these funded challenges as a quick way to get access to big capital. Pay a fee, pass the challenge, get funded, and start making money, right? These challenges put you under pressure to hit profit targets within a strict time frame, usually 30 days. If you fail, you pay again. Here's the truth. Real trading isn't about hitting artificial profit goals every month. These firms set profit targets to entice you into risky behavior. They know most traders will fail repeatedly and pay over and over again. Their system itself is flawed from the start. Think about it. Trading under pressure causes emotional decisions. You'll trade setups you wouldn't normally touch just to hit a profit target. You'll chase bad trades out of FOMO, afraid of failing the challenge. This isn't real trading. It's gambling disguised as trading. If you want to become a successful trader, you need patience, discipline, and selectivity, not artificial pressure. So when you're first starting out trading, you want to reduce the amount of pressure you have to perform. You want to focus on learning. You don't want any distractions. You don't want to have overhead costs of tools you don't need or tools you have not earned. You need to limit the pressures and distractions. For myself, I changed my phone number. I didn't want the naysayers, my friends and family, that were rooting against me essentially, or doubting my choices of switching careers, because that's a big distraction. Who am I trading for? Am I trading to, for them, or am I trading for myself? So I was aware of that, and that's why I decided to just completely focus, basically lock myself up in a room and learn trading. And that goes back to eliminating the pressures to perform. Absolutely just eliminate all pressures to perform. You need to be as clear-minded to make the best decisions you can to make your trades. That's it. You do all this work to learn, all this work to come up with the strategies that you've dissected, and you've figured out one strategy because you're just starting out. You got one strategy that you need to stick to and you need to have discipline to, because it's just that one strategy you got and to build your account. And that's all you need to do. Now you see, if you have this funded trader program, you're pressured to make a trade, to go outside your strategy, to overtrade. You want to have the least amount of pressure. You want to be almost in a Zen state where you can just laser focus on your goal, on your target, on just performing your best, and not having all these strict rules laid upon you to force you, because the more you trade, the more chances you have to lose. It's like the casino. The house always wins. So these funded trader programs, they know that. They know the house always wins. The house is them, and the market. So they're like, all right, let's get this guy to trade more. He got he did well for a little bit. Let's see how he does if we push the gas on him to trade more. Let's give him these rules. If he wants to get his little profit, let's have him trade some more and abide by this strict criteria so he can give that profit away and we don't have to pay him. And guess who suffers there? You suffer because now your confidence is shot. Now you're doubting everything. You're doubting your ability to trade because you just broke. You didn't stick to the way you're supposed to stick to. Like, just stick to your one strategy and that's it. And stick to learning, growing the knowledge account. But see, the funded trader programs don't care about your knowledge account. They just want you, they don't want to pay you. It's a business model for them. And they want you to keep coming back and taking those challenges. So it's like, it all starts with the pressure to perform and all the bad qualities that is what causes traders to lose, which is over trading, which is breaking discipline, and then like once you start to go into a cycle of that, now you start to doubt yourself. Now you feel a lot of pain and that goes down to like a downward spiral of like pressures to perform and dig yourself out of a hole. And now it's just all bad. Now I have 4 main reasons why online funded trading firms are still a huge red flag for me. Reason number 1, you do not have control over your profits. They advertise as, you are not risking your own money. You trade our money. That's true. But the dark side of this business model is that you also have no access to your own profits if you have managed to become profitable. Most traders get into trading for freedom. The freedom to trade what you want, when you want, and most importantly, to control your own money. But when you pass one of these funded trading challenges, you give up that control. The online prop firms decide whether you get paid or not. They set rules that allow them to reject your payouts, even if you made profits. I've personally seen traders get their profits denied for ridiculous reasons like staying too short in a trade. The trade must be at least 60 seconds holding time. If you scale into your position, the 60-second timer restarts the moment you add more to your position. If you fail to stay in at least 60 seconds, they cancel that trade even if it's profitable. And the funny thing is, they won't cancel it for you if the trade is a loss. Losses count, wins don't. Another unreasonable rule, they don't want you to hold your trades through volatility. For example, you cannot trade before major news, or you cannot trade a stock that has earnings coming up, or the most ridiculous one, you cannot trade a stock with volatility halts. If you do, they cancel your profits with those rules, and again, only canceling profits, not losses. You still incur the drawdowns. This rule is ridiculous because these prohibited trading behaviors are literally real-world edges for traders to make money in the financial market independently. If you don't allow these rules, you are not empowering traders. You are just looking for certain types of traders and you don't want them to conform to your ideal profiles. That's entirely against the freedom of trading. Or hitting an arbitrary max profit rule, meaning they can cut profits short if your profit from a single trade is more than, let's say, 30% of your total profit. Imagine doing all the hard work, making profits consistently, and then the firm decides you broke one tiny rule and you get nothing. Is that freedom? Is that even trading? You're giving up your control, your edge, and your freedom to some offshore, unregulated companies that profit from your failures. So maintaining control of your capital matters a lot. It's like the market, we can't control much in the market. But outside of the market, and our money included, our behaviors, we can control. You're supposed to be able to control your money, like your bank account and stuff. You shouldn't have to be worrying about that. I see posts on social media. People are like worried about they earned the money. They traded and they earned money. Now they're worried. They go to bed like using all this mental capital. Like, am I going to see this money? Is it a fugazi? Is it fairy dust? Like, am I ever going to see it? So how do you have confidence in trading if you have this doubt in your head? Like, am I going to get paid? Is this like, are they going to pay me? What a way to live, man. It's like, imagine working and then like, you don't get the paycheck. Like if you have doubts that you're going to get the paycheck. You ever have that experience? Actually, I did back in the day. Like when I quit a job, I was like, man, are they going to pay me the paycheck? Because I quit. Like they're probably going to be mad that I quit. And I remember like, man, like for a week, it bothered me. Like, they ended up giving me the paycheck, but it was like pulling teeth. And I was like, man, it took so much drainage. Like, am I going to get paid? Like, we can't have that as traders. We have to be in control, man. This is the reason why we trade. I sit in front and I pull money out of the market. It's like me in a flow state, just trading and just at peace and just like freedom and like a Zen state. Like I'm chilling. I can go travel. I don't have to worry. Like I know when I close the position, that money's locked in. My broker's SIPC insured. Money's not going to go anywhere. It's just peace of mind. This is a performance sport. So like you got to be able to perform and be like, you got to get your rest and your sleep. You got to have like a calm mind. You cannot be worried like this nuisance of like, are they going to pay me? You got to have control of that, guys. You got to have control. And you don't have to have, like, we don't have to trade like in the beginning to make money right away. This stuff is hard. This stuff is hard. It takes a lot of time to learn. You can practice with a smaller account. I started with a margin account. I didn't make any money for 2 years. I just grew it slowly, here and there with small wins and just gaining the confidence in my strategy and in myself as a trader. So for me to start off locked and loaded, passing challenges and getting stuck in this toxic mentality of meeting all these challenges and all these criteria or rules, because like even if you somehow are the 1% of a 1% that gets the payout, like what you just learned, all these strict rules, it's not going to translate well to a real account, to your own account. So you're going to have to like relearn. So you might as well start from scratch and build a foundation that's going to be sustainable for the rest of your life. Trading is a skill. It's not going away. The markets are not going away. And freedom in trading is so important. It's so important. It's part of this game, guys. It's part of this game. I can just pack my a suitcase up right now, a backpack, and just go anywhere in the world I want. I was looking at cruises yesterday in Japan. It's just like, I can actually do that. A cruise in Antarctica. I can just do whatever I want. So it's just a beauty that comes with this whole thing. You get to control your finances. You don't need a paycheck from anybody. You don't have a boss over your shoulders. You're in control of your finances, of your future, of like what you get to do, how you spend your time. This is part of the game. It just comes with it. So by having these funded accounts, basically you have a boss that's not a good boss. He's like he's always looking for a reason not to pay you, and he's looking for a reason for you to fail, so you keep coming back and paying those challenge fees. So that's not freedom. That's one of these like rat wheels. You're running in the wheel like that, and you need that. That's like, it's a bad cycle to be in, because a lot of people are lost. They think they're being productive by doing this. But yeah, freedom is extremely important. Having the mental clarity, like part of the game as a developing trader is to like get rid of all the things that are holding you back. Repair relationships, get your finances in order, get yourself in a nice space where you can study all the materials that you need to study, and to like just work on self-improvement, self-development, personal development, work on all these good qualities that can help you develop to become a better trader. And you can't have these thoughts, these negative thoughts circulating in your head, whatever it is. The funded trader program had a lot. First of all, about the payouts. Second of all, about the challenges. Third, about all these little tiny rules that are in the way, for you to succeed. And then it's like that cycle that comes with when you break those rules on accident, or like you don't get the payout. Now it's just like, it's just eating you up. It's just eating your mental capital. So with that, that's not freedom. That's not freedom. And like, you need to, even as a beginning trader, you can develop a form of freedom where you can just be like, yes, I'm on the right path to this new thing I'm doing with trading. And I can see myself in the future becoming that 6-figure trader, 7-figure trader, and traveling and getting to, enjoy life, and having that, that's good. Those are good thoughts. Now, if you have thoughts in your head, on the other hand, it's like, are they going to pay me? Oh my God, these rules. Am I ever going to make it? Oh my God, I can't see the end. It's like all these negative thoughts over and over and over in your head. And it's like, that's not freedom, man. You're like a prisoner in your own mind, So you need to have freedom with like your mental capital, and freedom, the potential, the unlimited potential of freedom to do whatever you want to do. And for a sustainable, like, it has to be something sustainable, because like the funded, all these rules that these funded prop firms have, they're not translatable to like a real account, So like, when you learn how to trade like that, and somehow like you're break even, or you're that 1% of a 1% that gets a payout, not even that makes money consistently, that gets a payout, is not translatable to the trade. Like, for example, we mentioned volatility halts. I have a strategy on volatility halts at Friendly Bear University. I explain it in depth. I scale into trades all the time, and I scale in and scale out. I talk about it in Friendly Bear University all the time. I have videos galore. All that goes out the window for the trader. And proven profitable strategies that are like so good. You just goes out the window because they don't want to pay you. So yeah, it's not worth it, guys. How about you? What's your main reason to start trading? Is it freedom, having full control, or something else? Let me know in the comments. Reason number 2, online funded trading firms encourage bad trading habits. Here's something you won't hear from the influencers promoting these prop firm challenges. The funded trading business model forces you to develop bad habits. Think about it. They give you a fixed target to reach in a short period of time. What does that do to you as a trader? It puts pressure on you to trade when you shouldn't. Instead of waiting patiently for your best setups, you feel the need to trade daily, chasing mediocre setups just to hit their arbitrary profit goals. That's the definition of FOMO. Trading out of fear, forcing trades, not letting winners run because you're scared of breaking a maximum profit rule, and panicking every time a trade goes against you. Successful trading is all about patience, waiting for the best opportunities, and letting your winners run. Prop firms do the opposite. They reward impatience and punish good trading habits. This approach won't help you survive long term. Am I saying that if you trade by yourself with your own broker, you won't develop bad habits? No. But trading is a very long learning journey. You constantly learn something new about your personality, a limitation, a flaw, and you learn to manage it. That's how profitable traders are created. In my first 2 years of trading, I have almost zero profits. I was just trading with a super small capital, about $2,000, and I was up and down about $50 to $100 each trade. But now that I look back at my journey, I'm very thankful for how I approached trading in the beginning. But yeah, in the beginning, you should just be focused on learning and just even if you have the discipline to start with a semi-funded account or a funded account, you shouldn't be looking to grow it, So there's one student at Friendly Bear University doing it so well. He's doing it like $100 trade here, $50 trade there. And actually, he has a funded account so that you can tell this person has a lot of discipline. Because that's the way it should look like. You do 6 months of profitability like that. And it's and you look at your journal and you're tracking, you see which strategy should be, you should size up a little more on, and you just grow little by little by little by little. So it's yeah, that's the way it should be. It should be slow and steady wins the race. The turtle wins the race in this game. Always in trading. Reason number 3, you pass your challenge in a simulated account, but the real world doesn't work like that. Here's another crucial problem I see with online prop firm challenges. They claim to help you control risk, but what they really do is create an unrealistic challenge for traders to pass, and that doesn't necessarily prepare them for the real market. These funded challenges use simulated trading environments, which means your trades don't impact the actual market. The problem is, the funded trading simulation is worse than regular paper trading with legitimate brokers. In real life, when you place a limit order, you're part of the bid or ask, creating liquidity and influencing the price action. But in these prop firm simulations, your orders fill instantly and easily because there's no real buying or selling pressure involved. The most unrealistic part is that there's no partial fills, no slippage, and no realistic execution delays. You get filled perfectly each time. But real trading isn't perfect. You have to deal with partial fills, slippage, mid-price algorithms, and sometimes you don't get filled at all because you are essentially fighting for a limited quantity of shares or contracts. Trading on simulated platforms like these gives you false confidence because it doesn't prepare you for what the market is actually like. Worse, these funded trading firms made you think that you are a good trader or have become profitable just because you pass a challenge in the simulated environment. Now let me ask you, when you paper trade on your own to practice your strategy, would you have a false belief that you are a good trader just because you managed to trade well on a paper account? The false confidence boost is what leads a lot of the funded traders to reach the funded stage, but blew it up again later. Then they get addicted to this game of passing funded challenges, paying and restarting a new challenge. Sadly, if you are one of these people who think that getting funded is your only goal, you are not a trader. You are just a customer of the funded trading firms who got addicted to their games. If you really want meaningful practice, open a paper trading account with a legitimate broker one with realistic order executions, fills, and scenarios that match live trading conditions. Don't waste your time on unrealistic simulations that won't translate to actual profits when real money is on the line. I recommend paper trading with Cobra Trader, my personal broker. First of all, Cobra is an SIPC insured broker in the US. It's regulated and your capital is protected. You can start with a low initial amount of capital to survive the learning curve in trading, or connect your account to the fastest execution platform, DOS Trader Pro. Many professional traders use DOS Trader to execute their trade for better routing services and level 2 market data. Paper trading on DOS Trader is much more realistic than online prop firm simulation because you are simulating your orders with real-world market depth, which consolidates real bids and asks from ARCA, NYSE, NASDAQ, and other real-world market makers. When you have achieved consistency in paper trading, you want to move to live trading as soon as you can because the real practice involves how you manage your emotions when your real money is fluctuating. Feel free to use my link to get Cobra Prime. This way you can get all other essential stock trading tools, including Trade Idea Scanner, Dilution Tracker, and Ask Edgar AI research tool. All in all, my suggestion for anyone who's serious about trading is, please don't marry the game of passing funded trading challenges. Be patient and learn how to trade the right way while you're saving up. Reason number 4, lack of regulation and fake results. Finally, I want to address a serious issue that many other trading influencers would not want to touch. This is related to the credibility and image of the entire trading industry. Many online prop firms aren't regulated, yet they let traders access US stocks, futures, and other markets. This means there's very little oversight or accountability. They can make their own rules that are not monitored by FINRA or the SEC, and there's nothing stopping them from changing their rules and terms overnight. Even worse, many of these prop firms partner with influencers and fake gurus to promote their challenges. And guess what? It's easy for these fake gurus to forge their results, certificates, or P&Ls, making it seem like they're successful traders. How do I know? Because I've seen countless of traders fall for this. They trust a prop firm's flashy certificate or a fake guru's screenshot, only to find out later the whole thing was a setup. The gurus can promote certain online prop firms, and they don't even trade with the funded accounts. Whereas with real regulated brokers, they are required to prepare account statements and tax slips for their customers. This is why I only recommend trading tools that I use daily. I build my brand on transparency. If you Google my name, David Capablanca, you will see what I'm saying. My results are verified and audited by reputable third-party sources like Business Insider. My broker, Cobra Trading, is a regulated broker, and my statements are verified. You don't have to worry about manipulation, hidden rules, or fake partnerships with regulated brokers. Your account is real. Your profits are real. Your success is real. If you're serious about trading, choose transparency. Stay away from unregulated firms and fake gurus selling dreams. Trading is hard enough already. Don't make it harder by following those who fake success. What should you do instead? Here's my real actionable advice for beginners. If you're serious about becoming a real trader, here's what you should actually do instead of falling for the funded trading hype. First, open a small account with a regulated, reliable broker. It doesn't have to be huge. You don't need $50,000 or $100,000 to start trading. In fact, starting small is a good thing. It forces discipline, teaches you risk management, and you're trading real markets, not simulated ones. Second, invest in proper education and the right tools. Instead of paying $500 or $1,000 on these funded trading challenges, invest in education that builds your skills, not shortcuts. Study real fundamentals, real trading psychology, and learn real setups that you can repeat consistently. If you're looking for structure, you can check out my Friendly Bear University, where I break down how I trade using real examples. It's transparent and verifiable, no gimmicks, no shortcuts. Third, prioritize practice and discipline over immediate profits. Don't aim to hit arbitrary profit targets by a certain date. Instead, focus on consistently executing your strategy. Start tracking your trades, keep a detailed journal, and refine your setups based on actual results. Trading is about patience, discipline, and consistency. It takes time. No prop firm challenge is going to speed that up, especially one that penalizes you if you don't hit an arbitrary profit target. And finally, surround yourself with legitimate traders. Avoid anyone flashing Lamborghinis or promising easy riches. Follow verified traders who show you the reality of wins, losses, and the work required to succeed. Another tip is, follow the ones who teach how to use professional trade research tools rather than someone who only teaches technical analysis or some ICT concepts. Trading is a competition. Knowing how to dive deep into fundamentals and research statistics that others do not know because the news headlines don't tell you these deeper stuff, that's how you gain a real edge that others do not have. Everyone can learn technical analysis and draw lines on their charts, but only the committed ones would use tools like Ask Edgar, which is the ChatGPT for stock traders, to read into SEC filing. I'm sharing all this with you because I want you to succeed. Real trading isn't flashy, it's discipline, it's patience, it's consistency. Forget about these funded account challenges. They sell you a dream, but they trap you in rules that make real growth impossible. I've been through the ups and downs. I've made huge profits and had painful losses. And I'll tell you this straight. The skills and mindset you need to survive as a trader won't come from chasing unrealistic profit targets or gimmicky rules. Real traders have one focus: protecting their capital and executing good trades consistently. And that doesn't mean trading every day. It doesn't mean trying to pass arbitrary profit targets. It means staying selective, waiting for setups with real edge, and managing your risk properly. Here's the bottom line. Becoming profitable isn't about paying for a trading challenge to access more capital. It's about building your skills step by step, learning from real experiences in real markets. Your goal shouldn't be passing someone's firm's test. Your goal should be to become profitable on your own terms with your own money. That's real freedom. That's what trading is all about. If you found this video useful, hit the like button and subscribe for more real talk on trading. Let me know your thoughts on the funded challenges down below in the comments. I'm curious to hear your experiences, good or bad. Stay safe out there. To continue learning, check out this video where I break down how I risked $5,000 to make $75,000 in one stock.